Welcome everybody to the Real Ridiculous Podcast. Today we have two very special guests that I am super hyped to have on the show. My brother Dominique, who is super fucking amazing. So I don't really know where to go with this. I just love this motherfucker. I love this motherfucker, man.
Round of applause. Woo!
Seriously.
We ain't got that button, but woo!
That's it. So Dominique, welcome to the show. I appreciate you, bro.
What's up? Thanks for having me, guys.
And then on my left, we have the super talented,
smoothest brother on the planet,
world-renowned
pool guy.
All right, fucking producer,
yes,
DJ, beat maker extraordinaire, Donnie Beatz, LJ. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Snap,
And as always, we got it's me. I'm Sean. I'm here, and we got
Bear. I'm here too.
Lauren reporting live from Vegas, man.
Yo, the nigga that never sit.
Yo, shout out to Lauren for fucking never standing in place. Today we're going to be talking about relationships, knowing your worth.
Absolutely, which is very important, I believe, because if you don't know your worth, you don't know yourself, you don't know your value. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you could bring to the table. You don't know what somebody else could do for you. So I think that is very important to know what you could bring to the table and what you're looking for to add to your table.
Back. So critical.
Yeah.
I got a question for y'all then. Have you ever dated a girl who you knew was below your level and you chose to stay?
Yeah. I'm gonna let her guess go. Like, let her guess go. What do you got, Dominique?
Man, I'm trying to think of how many right now. There's more than two.
Big pen.
Yeah, there was a crazy Jamaican one, then there was a Russian chick. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me and why, but obviously I wasn't in my right mind and there was no self-worth and I was looking for something that wasn't there in people that I need to find in me. But those are the two that comes to mind, man. I'm sure there's like a couple more.
So, like, what was some things like, do you have anything specifically that you were just like, that you notice about them personality wise, where you were just like, yo, fuck them. Like, they're not on my level. Like, they just really can't hang with me.
Well, one was ratchet as fuck.
Okay.
And if I couldn't tell with the tattoos on her neck, but I don't know. She was a bad girl and she was funny. We hit it off. She wanted to deal with me. This is around the time I cheated on my girlfriend. And I didn't know she cleared the lane early on. This is why I was in school for x-ray. And she let it be known that, I'm going to fuck him. I'm going to get him. And I didn't understand why certain people started to back up, like certain girls I was cool with. And then I come to find out she's like, she told him, like, no, this is the guy I'm going for. Get out of my way type of thing. And it was cool at first. She wanted something serious. I didn't. But she was just like attitude. She even threatened, I think I told you, Sean, like she was saying that her brother just came out of prison. She can call her brother up. They can murder me and put me in a tarp and dump my body somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? The fucking mom?
Yeah.
I would say that's a red flag.
Yeah, so I think she had a gun. So I was like, yo, pull your gun where's your gun? Show me your gun. And this is after we were play fighting and shit. And she locked her legs around my head. And I just looked at her. I was like, where's your gun? Let me see your gun and call your brother. But she saw in my eyes I wasn't fucking around either because it's like, if anything happens, like you don't even know. People always know where I'm at. Like I always let my brothers know where I'm at. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, I meet my fate, but I mean, you're messing with some wolves over here. So but anyway, she was vulgar. She became more mean-spirited and shit, and it was just like, yo. And then I fucked up because it's right in the middle of you don't eat where you shit type of deal.
Right.
And I'm in school. I got to see this bitch every day. She trying to make it difficult. Yeah, this other girl I started fucking with there. She didn't like that, so she was making it difficult. And then I got to go on the floors in the hospital. And you see how people start looking at you different once your information's out there. And I'm like, but I didn't stop. I fucked with like 4 girls in there, and it took until the last one, the Russian girl. I was like, oh shit, okay, I look real dumb right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's tough when you see that ass walking in them scrubs.
Especially when it's hiked up the ass too, bro. Like, let me
Yo,
tell you.
trying to tell you, ass scrubs. Oh no, I was just gonna say, some people are just there just to point out, faults within yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? But we kind of neglect it. So everything is cloudy because of, we getting some good ass, or you know what I'm saying. We're some of us, become in love with the person. So our minds and our thoughts are cloudy. So we're not able to point out the things that we need to take from that toxic, relationship, to strengthen ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's an important factor to kind of keep, in mind when when you're either, entering a new relationship, or even just, trying to work on yourself while out of a relationship. So
Right.
just wanted to throw that in there.
Not for sure.
Nah, yeah. I fuck with that one. Man. That's the truth. I'll let you guys finish up, but there's a whole thing I was telling my brother before. With these different women, I saw different sides of me that was ugly, bro. And all four of them showed a side of me. So I had a certain disposition, and that shit mirrored. And I was just like, yo, this is how I am. So you're right, Lemire. Like, it shows that part of you and how you need to get better. I fuck with that.
Nah, it is,
I,
and see that's even strength within itself, man. You even just recognizing that. Some people don't even fucking tap out of that. Man, I'm talking about myself.
True. Yo, listen, it took me a while to, like, I knew it was there. And then I found myself going back, being defensive, like, oh, yo, these bitches are wrong. But it's like, nigga, you were cheating. You were like getting your dick wet
Right.
and with no remorse. Like, you didn't think of anyone but yourself. So stop having this little pity party. I hate the term man up, but in a sense, at a moment like that, man up, accept your faults. No
Absolutely.
one made you fall in there, yo. You wanted to fuck. You were feeling yourself in the moment and you were foolish. But nah, that took me about a year or so. But you're right, bro. Like, some people can't uh, look within themselves and see that they're wrong.
Right.
But yo, that shit was just so vivid. Like, because I used to have a way I would talk when I was defensive to women, and it was
Absolutely.
like mean and shit sometimes because I felt like they were trying to game me, and
Right.
I would just be like, yo, I don't give a fuck about, like, this real, like, nasty shit, man, that I regret. Um, and I can't say I mean, it was like borderline verbally abusive,
Yeah.
but it was more so like they were shocked once it hit a certain plateau when I saw how they were.
Hmm.
So that was like my defense mechanism, but yo, it mirrored hard, like hard. And I was more hurt than they were. They didn't give a fuck. They just kept walking and doing their thing, like, okay, you
Nah,
know.
absolutely. Because at the end of the day, it is your own journey, man. So
Yeah,
they gonna fucking come and go unless it's the one that you want to keep around. You're gonna
right.
make the particular changes that you're gonna want to make, to keep that particular person around. And
Yeah.
the opposite, for them too. You know what I'm saying? Um,
True.
so nah, definitely respect to that, man.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
a shame a lot of people can't reflect.
shit, I'm learning from that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going through shit, man, where I think that I gotta, I know that I gotta step it up. And that isn't even, you know, my intimate relationship. That's the platonic relationships that I have with particular people from family and friends, etc. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to take on, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? When you don't know how to, I guess, attack it all at once because it's so much. So now I'm definitely learning from the information that each and every one of you brothers even display or whatever. So,
Dope. Dope. Dope.
but go on, Lauren. What was you about to say?
all right. I had a interesting conversation before I made my trip out here at the barber shop. Long story short, this dude he came out and was basically saying like, "Yo, I think me and my wife gonna start practicing like a polygamous relationship." So they were like, "Yo, Duff, you could do that," and I was like, I said I could do it if that were the intentions from jump. But if I was monogamous first and then my girl wanted to switch up, I'd be like, nah, like my mindset isn't there. So he was like, that's messed up though. And I was like, explain. So basically, I don't want to like go off, but his point was he's been married to his wife for 14 years. Main point he has is he believes, and I kind of agree with this, there is no one on this earth, singly, one person that can keep you satisfied for the rest of your life. How do y'all feel about that?
I don't like to speak in absolutes, man. I think that that's true. To an extent.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Some people don't even get off by being. I mean, I don't know. Was there like a particular satisfaction you were talking about, like just sexually? That's what you mean, or
Nah. So what he was saying is you're basically like in a relationship, but and this where it comes in. That's why I'm glad Dom said the whole cheating thing. It's the so with your woman now, everything's cool. You see a girl, and like you could hit, you could do that. You just gotta let your wife know. But at the same time, and this is where we gonna get deep eventually, you gotta be okay with your girl being able to do that too.
Right. I always say that. I always say that. Don't perform and then get mad when the shoe's on the other foot.
That's what I'm saying. So now he was like, yo, the reason why a lot of people don't do this type of lifestyle, one, is because the ego, machismo, the pride of a man, like they could do it cool, but their girl doing it, it's like, nah, bro, like fuck that. It's like, bro, fair is fair. And
that ass.
That's right.
number two is like the way of the world, conformity. Everybody think monogamy, but yo, if you do the research, my G's, like no bullshit. Every 2 out of 3 marriages is divorce, bro. So now thinking logically, if out of 2 out of every 3 getting divorced, if we look at polygamy, that means a lot more of them, in my opinion, are sticking through. You don't. Here's another point. I didn't want to go off. One thing he was saying, and I'm gonna have to look this up myself. I don't know if it's true, but it sounds true. He was saying he was like, Duff, what are the main reasons why people get divorced? I'm like, I don't know, my nigga. You tell me. I'm not married. He was like, yo, sex and money. Either somebody coming up short on the bread, they having issues, or somebody not getting their nuts off right. They not holding it
Somebody
down.
coming up short.
That's in both ways. That's a fact. How y'all feeling about this?
Mm.
Oh,
I
quiet. It's quiet.
I agree, bro. It has to be established from the jump. Like I had a well, I can't. It wasn't even a situation. It was this girl, and she was feeling me, but I felt she was dirty and just loose. And that was a time after I did my cheating. I wanted to beat it myself, and I was with myself for just a little over a year, just about a year. So anyway, she pitched it to me that she likes women, and that if her and I were to date, um, and it was a real attractive offer too, man. But my head wasn't there. She says, I would like for you to come to my apartment. And she lived in Brooklyn. And she says there could be a girl waiting there, and you can fuck her when you want to fuck her. And when you come home, I'll be eating her pussy, and we could both fuck her together. And it's so I'm like, I said to her, yo, if you would have caught me like 2 years ago, then maybe. But I said, I'm not, And she was trying and kept trying, but I said, I just wasn't into it. I already did my little shit, and like my soul wasn't into it. But I agree, it has to be established from jump. There's other people that I've spoken to who are married that I know someone in my class that has open marriage, and I think what I can't speak on is that I haven't been married first. The longest relationship I've been in was 4 years, and that was up until I cheated. So I gotta look at my own shit, and you know what I mean. I think that's a factor for how long someone has been together, and they have to have obviously that honest conversation. So it's a very tricky one. As long as someone is being honest and saying, "Listen, this is where I stand with it right now. I don't feel sexually fulfilled. I feel unhappy because of this. These are other options. Are you okay with that?" Um, I don't think I would be.
Right.
And if shit got to a point, I would say I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see someone walking in and out of his house. And I'll give you the same respect. I don't want to see anyone walking in and out of the house or
I
in
don't
and
want
out of the car. You know, like, so I don't
For
know.
me, I'm
That's
like, yo, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think.
I hear you, bro.
I'll be like, yo, somebody else is beating up my girl. Yo, you kidding me?
Yo, you just on the sideline, cuck holding, and your girl
Yo,
getting fucking
seriously,
cloud dry.
that shit made me.
That's
Missionary nigga.
Yo,
yeah,
that shit made me
that's
feel like a cuck.
so Dom
holding
brought
that
up
holding the X video sign and shit.
Yo, that ass advertising for her. Terrible. Oh
Don
man,
brought up the key to all this. Like, granted, we were talking about this for a good 2 hours in the shop, and obviously I'm with my girl, whatever. But if shit hits the fan and I got to switch up, I'm going with polygamy, bro. Like the way that he was like explaining shit, yo, literally, and I'm big on this and good at this per se sometimes. Communication is key, like Dom said. So how Dom was saying, I don't want to see nobody going in and out of the house. All right, cool. I got a story for you. There's a blog of this woman who does this with her husband, and she said that the only argument they ever had was she like came home from work and she caught this dude getting a blowjob from a chick. She wasn't mad that he was getting a blowjob. She was hyped that he was getting that. It's just that he didn't communicate that he was going to be doing that. So she walked into seeing that, and it's like, bro, like my nigga, I just got home from work. Like you gotta let me know if I'm seeing this type of shit.
yo, that's like some roommate shit. Like, bro, put a sock on the door, or put a note, put a note on the fucking door so I know that you getting down.
Yo, in my
Oh
opinion,
man,
that's fire, bro. That's like
but
in my
niggas.
opinion, it's making your relationship like limitless, and
But
it'll
that's the
always.
thing, niggas fuck it up by like we're saying, like not being honest up front with shit. It's like, yo, so many fucking like there would be so many less jaded people out here if you would just come clean and be like, yo, listen, this is what it is. This is how I'm feeling,
Yeah.
and either you're with it or you're not, and then we could break up because it'll be difficult. But hey, this is where I'm at. You know what I mean? And like, I don't want to fucking make you jaded. So I'm telling you, like more and more people need to do that shit on both sides, men and women.
Yo, I dead ass agree on that. That's what brings up the question of, what is, some of the things in the past that you could learn from and you could reflect on. And I think that was one thing that, I basically put down as my number one is being, I guess up front, from the jump, you know what I'm saying? And being able to actually, I guess pour myself out just enough to let the person know about myself, and then even asking enough questions to know about the other person so that I could kind of, I guess, skip some of these trials and tribulations that I went through, in these previous relationships.
Learn it.
Yeah.
Learn it.
So I mean, I guess on the flip side, it was a healthy thing, but then on the other end, it could have also been something that could have been avoided. Some of these relationships, and not all of them was bad, but
Some of them you could do without.
oh, absolutely, and most of it was myself. I think I repeated that. I mean, I think I said that on the other relationship, the red flag relationship episode. A lot of these relationships that ended, they weren't bad. It was me. I wanted, I was cheating and shit, and wanted, some more satisfaction from other women. So it wasn't really them. A lot of those relationships ended, pretty well.
Me personally, I feel like I needed to be in every relationship I was in to, I guess, make me better in the future for dating. Because now I know how to read every situation. I know if a chick is crazy, if she's still a hoe. Like I know everything now, so it all worked out. I have no regrets with my dating life.
So is it about like how they sit? So when you see them sit and then their ass is open, what do you want?
She quitting right now.
If you're sitting and I see your ass on multiple occasions, you are a hoe. Like figure it out, bro.
What if she's floating, like floating in the sea? That means she quitting.
Yo.
The last airbender nigga. But I'm saying, you see her doing that, you know that she ain't right for you. Are you still gonna take her home and hit it?
You gotta hit it real quick. Another question for y'all. Have y'all dated a girl that was out of your league?
Like as far as does that go only one way? Like meaning that she was better than me?
I mean, I think it's dealing with like social status. like how she carries herself, like what she buys. Like I'm wearing like high expensive clothing and wear a lot of expensive jewelry, whereas you may not do that.
Oh, I was saying, I
And
mean,
I'm
we
gonna
could
say
go with that,
yes.
but I was saying more like you knew like mentally she was just way more mature. She had her shit
Oh, that's a
going.
good one.
Oh, nah,
That's a good one.
nah.
See, there's so many factors, man. Like, to see. So, I mean, are we? You're just talking about like on a mental level, Lauren.
Yeah, so like, and even like, so I'll give you an example. So me personally, I met this girl in the club like this was years ago. Um, broke as a joke. I'm saying I'm broke as a joke. Still got her number somehow. And just talking to her throughout time, I'm seeing she got the crazy career going. We're both 24. She's where I wish I was in life. Great job, good ass car. She's very attractive. At that time, she was the hottest girl on my phone. Um,
See, like you're saying all that, and the thing is like she got with you for other reasons, though.
Right,
So,
right.
so it's like that's all. It's very like up to the person. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I got what you're saying. Like, yo, she's making more dough or whatever. That's what I was saying. Like when it coming to like social status, like she's carrying herself in a different way. You know, she's got her career already established. Like shit like that is like I guess a concrete definition of being more better than somebody. But the thing is, she didn't think she was better than you. That's why she's like, yo, I'll take a chance on you.
Facts.
So it's tough to say, but I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes for me on both ends. I dated down and I dated up. And the person that comes to mind for me for dating up turned out to be a piece of shit. So it's like it didn't even it all evens out, man. Like I'm like, you know, because it's like, yeah, you have this social status and you're doing great career wise, but your morals are compromised, and that's the part where you fuck up, and now you're below me, you know.
All right, that
So
is definitely a slippery slope. What about the opposite? Would you have felt different if she was the opposite? So
like she was lower, like worked at McDonald's or something.
yeah, but then everything, her moral.
Oh my
all
god,
encompassing
like that
shit.
to me, that's gold.
Right.
Yo, your morals are more fucking like important in my opinion. Like and especially if they vibe on the same level that I'm on, you know. And like, hey, my current relationship right now, boom, same fucking like yo morals, values, fucking conversation, that's big,
That shit
you
is
know,
gold,
like
bro.
able to keep a conversation. I believe Lauren had a little segment at the end of the red flags episode. I'm paraphrasing, of course, where you know he's saying like, you know, when the physical is gone, basically, like, can you still hold a conversation with,
Right.
you know, that person for 3 hours? And like, yo, me and my girl right now, yo, fucking sometimes we don't even go to bed like at a decent hour because we're fucking engaged in a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like
Dope.
deep or whatever, you know? And I look at shit like that and it's like that's where I kind of have to sigh when you're telling this story about this guy in the barbershop, Lauren. And I'm like, everybody's got their own
Safe haven.
yeah, they got their safe haven, their sanctuary or whatever, and their personal preference of what they feel is a perfect relationship. And it doesn't work for everybody. Like for me, I can't do the double standard of like, yo, stepping out on my girl and then having that shit on my conscience. Even if she says she's cool with it. I'd be like, I'm not cool with it because it's like, if she did that, I'd be fucking tight.
Right.
Even if I was like, you know what, I did it. Now she has to do it to make it even. And it's like, yo, to me, I'd be like, yo, it's not even.
But even if she don't, even if she choose not to do it,
Yeah,
it's still gonna eat at you.
yo,
You're gonna be like,
ass.
why you answer my call?
Yeah,
that ass.
Where was you at?
Being suspicious, and it just causes up so much stuff, and it's just like jealousy and being fucking suspicious. And it's not hot. It's not a hot way to conduct your relationship. I mean, but again, it could work for other people because they don't have those jealous or suspicious nature, or they don't give a fuck that much. Like somebody having sex with their woman or whatever isn't something they're not possessive. I'll put it that way, you know? So it's like they take the physical out of it, and they're like, okay, we have this bond on the mental level where she can step out, I can step out, and have an open relationship, but like
sapiosexual, man.
yeah, man. So and they're cool with it, but not me.
Yeah, I'm saying they'll suck. You got some random girl riding you cowboy, and you sitting there crying because you thinking about how you fucking your girl.
Just ruining the whole fucking experience.
She asking you what's wrong. You think she fucking the shit out of you, but you sad as hell.
Yeah, man.
Do you guys have any you gentlemen have any past lessons that you learned or from the mistakes that you made in your previous relationships?
Oh
Yeah, don't borrow money.
Dead ass.
Oh man, this Chinese girl I was seeing. It's funny when you guys are mentioning about dating up, dating down. Financially, I was dating up, and after all the cheating and shit, her and I were in the same class, but didn't do anything. We just hung out. But she was on her shady shit because she broke up with her boyfriend, and I said, I hope you didn't do that for me. Come to find out, at the end of our little 5-month thing, she's like crying and saying, I did that for you. And I said, I told you not to, yo, bro. I knew you were doing that. So anyway, it was bullshit, yo. Like, so she comes from an affluent family, and they didn't like that I was black. She's Chinese American, ABC, they call them, American born Chinese. And me and her hit it off really fucking well, man. Like, my ex, we're back together now.
Good, man.
But
congrats to that.
yeah, man. So and we're a lot more open and have a more realistic sense of our relationship and what love is and accountability and such. But I told her too. I said, this Chinese girl, I said she was the first person since her that made me feel comfortable, like naked. You know what I mean? Like I would like fuck other girls and then put my shit back on and just chill in the bed or in the room. But this one, it was just like it was awesome. And so it was unfortunate with that aspect.
Right.
But after our little thing, and I told her I wasn't going to take her serious because you have to stand up to your family if you want to be in a relationship with me. You have to say, listen, I like him. This is where I want to be. And then her mom was fucking with a black guy too, but trying to dub her. Like, this shit was hilarious, bro.
Wow.
And and they own the bubble tea spot. Like, they own a lot of shit in Chinatown, man.
Okay.
And it was like where my uncle worked at, and this building called the Confucius Building, and just parking there for free. And I was just like, oh shit. Like, coming down here, her family owns like 30% of that one fucking area that I frequented as a kid. I'm like, wow, for years.
Wow.
So anyway, my whole thing was, yo, if you don't got a backbone for me, then we could stop fucking, or we could just be friends because we're good with that. But that's if you can handle it. So some people want to get the upper hand and W. So she tried to do that, and I was like, whatever. And then months later, for money she gave me, like she spent money on me and then gave me 3,000, but she tried to get an extra 1,000 out of me and said, "Oh, where's the money I gave you?" I said, "Well, you didn't tell me I had to pay you back because I told you I was going to." And she said, "No, you're a good guy. I know what type of guy you are. Don't worry about it. You don't got to pay me back." Oh, I don't remember saying that. Well, you did say that. So, long story short, I learned with that because it tarnished more of the friendship. And now I don't trust you. And I was upfront, even with all my shit was going on, and she saw it. I don't know how more transparent I need to be, but I learned that one of the things, yo, no, I'm not borrowing money. Yo. Fuck that.
So do you think that she would have treated you different, say that, if you were on more of a, I guess, a higher level than her? Like you owned a lot of property and whatnot.
I think, yeah, that's a good question. I think so. A lot of her friends and family, we were in Little Italy in the city, in New York City. And I never forget, man, feeling so sticking out like a sore thumb because they were talking about they were all landlords and they were all under 30 years old owning buildings in New York City, Brooklyn, Queens. And just hearing that conversation, I'm like, I'm just this lowly X-ray tech. And she's an X-ray tech too, but she comes from money. She's just trying to separate herself from that because, which I respected about her. She wanted to be her own person, and
Right.
not get handouts. Which some of her people, they were living fucking good, man. I mean, didn't have to worry for shit. Flew everywhere, didn't work. Fucking who they want to fuck. I mean, it was just like wow. But
Yeah.
I think if I did have some influence, or the prospect of me gaining that. Um, I think that would have played a huge factor. I think she would have pushed the envelope more, but ultimately, I think it's because, period, I wasn't white because they all were fucking with white guys. But her and her mom keeps a secret, but she doesn't keep it a secret. Like she likes black men,
Right.
and they don't like that she liked that. You know.
Right.
Um. So, and I'll say this one other thing. Not to be long winded, but I was telling Sean, I told people, yo, they had people following us.
What the
Oh,
hell?
Yes, yo. And she would lie to me about it. And I'm like, I would joke with her. I'm like, yo, you the president's daughter? Or, for like, I was mentioning like Rush Hour 2. I forget the character's name. I mean,
Sue,
Rush Hour 1, the first one. What
So
was the
young.
little
Sue
girl's
Young?
name? Sue Young? Yeah.
So young.
Yeah, we get.
I'm like, so she was laughing. I said, nah, like, what are you, the prime minister's like, the fuck, your royalty or something? But they had people dead ass follow us, and we would do yoga. There's one woman, yo, she was staring me down, Asian woman, signed up for Bikram yoga, which is intense yoga, right? You got the intense heat on top of doing your stretching and poses. The bitch didn't last for 5 fucking minutes, yo, before, yo, I
You're
thought it
like,
was the most awesome thing, yo.
you're like, that's an agent. That's an agent right there.
Oh
facts.
Fucking
hell yeah, bro! She was staring at me once we got in. I said, "Why is that woman looking at me?" And I looked on her face. She was like, "Oh, I don't know." I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna talk about this afterwards." And she never admitted it, but people were following us. I would see the cars. I would see for how long we were driving. So that shit was wild,
That's crazy.
you
Yeah.
know.
I got the same joint with the whole race thing. Like, if we being honest, that was my first true heartbreak ever in life, and that, not saying it hindered me from quote unquote giving a girl my all and all my heart and all that. It just made me like, I don't know. I'll say it like this before I tell a story. With that happening, I'm happy because I can separate. You know how they say when you in love, you like blind and shit.
Yeah. The honeymoon
Like,
phase.
yeah, like people stay in that permanently and they're like, "Oh, my baby." Nah, nigga. We, in my mind, whenever I get into a relationship, it's like a business because marriage is a business. And I went on a rant about that, but anyway, I'll tell the story. I was going to Hudson Valley at the time. I'm not gonna say no name, no blame. Messing around with this girl, whatever. It was probably like half a year, and dead ass, like I fell in love, like straight up and down, like I know the feeling.
How old were you?
I was 19,
Okay.
You been in
so
love before?
nah, but like you just know, like you just know.
You been in love after?
I mean, yes,
No, I'm just fucking with you.
I'm keeping a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yes, but
Yo,
not that type. Like not the type where, because there's like people that are like in love, but they're so in love that they're dumb. That's where
Yeah.
I was.
True.
Like I could look at her like possibly cheating or whatever and be like, nah, that's not her. That has to be somebody else. Because that's how in love I was. Like stupid shit,
Like
bro.
delusional.
Delusional love, like bro, crazy.
Like
Um,
garlic parmesan wings love.
On a high.
that's not my shit, but okay.
Exactly.
All right, so fast forward, everything's going on well and good. And I'm like walking to a library, and this dude is walking out, like a mutual friend of ours, and he looks at me, and he's like, "Damn, bro." And I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, what's good?" He was like, "Yo, so and so has to talk to you." I was like, "All right." So I go and find her, and she's just like crying mad hard. So I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yo, somebody died?" And she was like, "Ah." And I was like, "Yo, what's good with you?" And she was like, "Yo, I can't see you no more." And I was like I did the whole white girl voice, like, "You're breaking up with me?" Like trying to be funny.
Damn.
And she looked at me and she was just like shaking her head, like, "Nah, dog, this ain't the time." So I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck, bro?" And then she was like, "Yo, my dad found out about us." And I was like, that's cool. I'll meet him. She was like, nah, you're not understanding. I'm like mad naive, bro. She was like, you're not understanding what I'm saying to you, bro. So I'm like, nah, he'll see I'm a cool dude, blah, blah, blah. I got plans and shit. She was just like, yo, you're black. And I was like, that's a
I
fact.
am.
Like, what you mean?
He said, I am.
And she was like, nah, she doesn't want me dating a black dude. So I was like, yo, fuck that noise, man, blah, blah, blah. Gave her a hug, whatever, cool. Super Bowl weekend comes. And I like basically I could tell she's like scared to be with me, but she's still like she's putting forth effort, so I fucked with that. Yo, we're watching the Super Bowl game and her pops calls her and she just keeps like ignoring that shit. And he left like mad messages. And then I'm looking at her, she's starting to almost cry again. I'm like, yo, what's good? Yo, she played me one of the voicemails. Dog, like this nigga was ready to come lynch me type shit. I'm not gonna say what he said.
Oh, say what he said.
Nah, 'cause he
You remember? You remember exactly what he said? Paraphrase it.
I mean, more or less, but all right. So fast forward, she was like, "Yo, we really can't see each other no more." Blah blah blah, whatever. Cool. Time goes on, and eventually, I transferred to Cortland. She was off doing her own thing, and I'm on my way to DC to record this concert. And she sends me a text. She's like, "Yo, this is insert her name because I'm not saying it. This is so and so. Hope all is well. I just wanted to say that my father wanted to say that he's sorry for everything that he did to you." So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo,
Wait, how many years was this
this
later?
is like 2-3 years later, bro.
Okay.
So come to find out, he was like a junkie. So he was in rehab, and that man started. He went through the phase. He started jonesing, and yo, this nigga was just like crying, saying, "Yo, tell Lauren I'm sorry. Tell Lauren I'm sorry." Like what?
What about other black people that he was racist to? You think he's saying sorry to them
What
too?
about their
I
apologies?
can't speak for them. I can't speak for
Yeah, what
them.
about their apologies, Lauren?
Fuck them niggas. They ain't getting one. I did though. But yeah, though that racist shit, yo, and it's fucked up. Like I can't. I'm sorry. I gotta say this. If you are truly in love with someone, no matter the race, if even if they're fucking maroon or an alien from Mars or some shit, and your parents don't fuck with that and they're racist, yo, your parent is a piece of shit, bro. Whoever you are, if your parent is
100%.
racist,
I'm gonna
you're a
keep
piece of
that.
shit.
Your word.
Keeping that in the show.
Yo, keep that shit. It's real shit. I had another girl that I had to
What
kind
else
of
you got, Lauren?
semi deal with that shit, man. But yo, if you racist, you a piece of shit overall.
Shit, that's
Like,
the
stop
roll.
being
That's the
racist.
roll of the dice, man. You never know. Some people that shit is just embedded in them. So it's just like, yo, they, you know, looking at you crazy because you stepping outside. From
Word.
from any race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like a gamble you got
How
to
you
do.
feel about that, LJ?
About what?
About dating outside? Like,
Honestly, I'm not against it. I would rather have myself a sister, honestly, because we're not that far from the segregated era. You know what I mean? So you're gonna eventually meet somebody who has those kind of parents.
right.
So that's why I try to shy away from that.
I say
This nigga racist, yo. It's like nah.
Like I said, I'm not against
I
it.
agree with him also.
Prefer the sister.
Oh yeah, always, all day. I ain't against nobody that does what they want to do.
Yeah. I love love. Love is love. But like I said,
Preference.
we ain't too far. Yeah, it's all about preference.
Facts.
He said that nigga race.
That nigga racist.
Shit, I would prefer not to deal with racist parents.
No, absolutely.
Fact. What if you were yo? What if you were dating a chick and her parents ended up being like Uncle Ruckus and they were tight when you popped up?
I just
You gotta
be
get
like,
up
what
out
up,
of there.
What up, nigga? Look him in his face and be like, what up? Try to dap him up, act
I
all.
gotta get up out of there.
Yo, word.
What's some of the things? Like I'll pose a question. What's some of the things that you would define as like being a good partner for yourself, like for your for whatever potential female that you are going to get with, or the one that you're currently with? I'll start with LJ.
What do I look for?
Yeah, no. What do you for yourself? Like, what do you define for yourself? Like, what are some traits for yourself that you are like, yo, this will make me a better partner for my woman?
Make
So
me
you
a better partner.
Correct.
you asking him like basically what he brings to the table?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Man,
What you
well,
bring into the table?
what I bring to the table?
He said, I bring beats.
I got these beats though. We gonna eat
and
off these beats. But I like to think that I speak all 5 love languages. So I have all 5 love languages that I'm bringing to the table. So you know what I mean? I'm a caterer
Okay.
and working on my finances.
No, you got
you got
Lemire
some?
has nothing. He's
Oh,
like,
nah,
I bring
nah,
nothing
nah.
to the table.
I ain't bringing shit.
No,
It's like, nah. I mean, I think I'm a an empathetic person. I'm still working on trying to, I guess, be more like I said before, pour myself out. That's always been a big problem that I had with being more transparent about my feelings and shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
And you know what? That's cool, but you know, it seems like in society now it's hard for a brother to get off his feelings. You know what I mean?
without being judged.
Without being judged. You know,
Yeah,
we're not
for sure.
supposed to have feelings.
Then also you had like the whole thing when if you do get into an argument with your significant other, they use that as ammo against you.
Yeah,
All the secret that you shared. And
Now
all
you
stuff like that.
soft.
Yeah. Or they'll say some vile shit, just to hurt you because they're hurt,
Yeah.
and they'll use whatever secrets you told them, like, oh, like my sister is, a drug addict or something like that. And then they bring, that's why your fucking sister's a drug addict, like just flip it.
dead ass.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you get those scenarios, which, you have to raise the question, do they really love me?
Right.
Like, you saying that shit to me. But
you told your mother and shit.
hey,
I used to do heroin.
So it's just all these, it's sometimes it's good, like, that's why you gotta gauge, or at least use your best judgment, and hold off for a very long time before you share those kind of fucking things.
Right. I mean, I think I also, I provide a decent perspective on things. I'm always trying to look into the positive. Another thing that I got to work on though is my drive for things. You know what I'm saying? Like most times, I become complacent, but I will try something. You know what I'm saying? I don't shy away from that. So I'll try it. If I feel if it ain't for me, I kind of fall back, which is kind of like, sort of in a sense, letting go, I guess. Not staying focused and understanding that that's what comes with being consistent in things. Sometimes you're gonna deal with the failures. But that's supposed to help you, and drive you to push harder. You know what I'm saying? So that, it's a work in progress, man.
I'll concur with that, man, because like failure is like mad difficult for me to deal with, and then also empathy. I think Lauren was speaking on this before, where he was saying that he doesn't empathize with people. I don't know why I just threw you in there, but I feel like we're fucking yin and yang over here. But
I think that was the time when I said I'd be in a pamper or something, and I knocked on his door, and would he take care of me?
Right, I think so.
No.
No. It was something along the lines of a hypothetical person. Like it was just a friend in general. But yeah, I think that's how it went. But putting you in a diaper was pretty funny too. But yeah, man, it's just like empathizing with. Well, the thing is like talking to people in a certain way. I don't gauge. No, I'm sorry. I keep saying gauge. I mean, like I don't think about how if somebody were to talk to me that way, would I appreciate it?
All right.
And I don't do that. I always think of it as my feelings. I got to get this out. Boom, and that is something that I'm working on as well. So going back to learning shit, and about oneself. And yeah, it's definitely something that I bring to the table, is that constantly trying to evolve myself to the point where I'm being very analytical and critical of myself, and the thing sucks about that is like it kind of makes me feel like I'm walking on eggshells sometimes around, because I'm like, oh, am I offending this person, or am I, but then I get in that other mode where I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck, I got a point to prove, so I'm just gonna tell you how I feel, and then blah, 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 and then we'll deal with it later, I
was about to ask you that too. Like, do you feel like, because I'm like, do you feel like you're getting away from yourself? You know what I'm saying? If you do, I guess try to correct those things.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, my head is a mess. My head is a fucking beef. It's a fucking beef stew, and like, I don't even know how to fucking explain it, man. Because it's like, you'll have this fucking, this guy who is just like, yada 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 at one point, fucking barking at you, and then, he'll go, oh, maybe that wasn't right. Maybe I gotta fucking chill. And then you'll get fucking dead silence. And then that's where people start worrying, because they're just like, all right, well, that's not your character. You know? Like at work, I do that shit a lot. Like I'll be like, I'll engage in a conversation with somebody and I'll be like, hey buddy, how it doing? And then the next day I'll be like, yo, go fuck off.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there.
And they're like,
I'm with you there, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, I gotta take a step back and go, like, that's not cool. You shouldn't fucking. That's very bipolar, actually. But
I said you got some demons. That's what I would be thinking.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I would not deny I got demons, man. I got a lot of fucking just shit that I'm constantly working on. Oh
wait, hold up.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if we did this, but yo, happy birthday, Horsecock.
Oh, yo, appreciate.
Happy birthday to you.
Y'all gay.
Appreciate. Yo,
but hold up. Just a quick question. My bad.
No, go ahead. No, I was just gonna say it's okay to be gay.
That's I was gonna say you saying like.
He was just saying it's a fact.
Oh, all right. So how you were saying how it's sometimes you're hot and then sometimes you cold when you're dealing with people. Yeah. Is it like so? Even with that though, wouldn't it be easier to just stay reserved, or do you want to actually interact with people?
It's another thing that's a demon of mine, because it's like sometimes it's like you want to fight. The thing is, it's like, for me, my the outcome of to get resolution, sometimes you have to fight, and then you can't get that resolution with just peaceful discourse, because I think Doug said it on the fucking relationship episode, actually. Yo, shout out to Doug.
Yo, peace, Doug.
But like, it's like you become, in my brain, it's like sometimes you have that fight, whether it's like yelling at each other's faces or even a physical altercation. It's like you dish it out, and then boom, you come out on the other side, and it's almost like a breath of fresh air. You're just relieved, because you kind of like conveyed what your frustration, even though you probably fucked each other up, or you got fucked up. Even the person with the problem, like myself, I could get fucked up, if I'm like starting the altercation. Coming out of the other end of that, I'll be like more disciplined, I feel, or have that resolution, because I don't know. I just I can't even I can't form the right words to understand like what is the need for that. Because like, to me, it's more frustrating being reserved and holding back everything that you want to convey, because nothing gets, like, closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I mean? How the fuck is the other person supposed to know unless you say something? But at the same time, I do both. I'll go, problems. And then at the same time, I'll go, all right, I'm going to sit back, and then we'll see if this works. And then,
Do you feel confrontational as you're doing it? Like, are you aware that there might be a conflict, or do you not care?
Well, that's the thing. It depends. It depends on the heat of the moment, because it's like, if it's something that's like spontaneous, like if something triggered me, then it's like, okay, boom, acting on it. And because I think we discussed this before, where I got this thing where I can't fucking let shit go, and I gotta fucking speak on it. And so, you have that thing because like I'll sit and I'll stew on it and I'll be like, I can't sleep at night, or I can't, go through my day because I'm constantly harping over this thing because of whatever reason, whether it's like, integrity or disrespect, any of these things
Yeah.
that, that trigger somebody. It's just like, you just deal with it like, either, like I said, spontaneously, or if it's something that's like prolonged and I'm like dwelling on it, then I'll try to take my emotion out of it, but it's difficult, man. I'm a Scorpio. It's fucking difficult.
I was going to say Scorpio season.
Scorpio season. Yeah.
Shout out to all the Scorpios.
We
man.
fucking terrible. Nah, but it's just that passion, man. And it's just like, it's hard to being in a relationship. It's like, it's very difficult to, try to keep your emotions like held back because it's not natural for us, whether you believe in the astrological signs or not or whatever. I mean, for me, I believe it, and maybe that's a contributing factor of why I can't fucking get a hold of it, because it's like I believe in it too much, so maybe if I didn't believe in it, I'd be like, it wouldn't happen, but I don't know.
And y'all gotta
Y'all got any problems? Y'all got any beef?
I thought the question was like what we bring to the table, but you did your pros and cons. So
yeah. That's the thing. I feel like you got to get all that out.
Polarity.
Oh no, but like hold on, let me simplify it though. But I bring a lot of skills to the table also. Like I fix a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So a woman is like looking for that kind of fucking. I mean, because that's the thing. All right, so I'm gonna fucking rant again, but I'm sorry, but here it is. But the thing is, like, women like this romantic thing or whatever, where it's like, oh, kiss me on my neck and fucking leave rose petals all over the ground where I walk. All bullshit. But it's like, for me, I feel like, and I saw this shit on Facebook and it resonated with me. So shout out to whatever post that was. I can't remember what fucking thing it was. But it was along the lines of like how there was a guy, he put a post up. I don't know who it is, I'm sorry. But get to the fucking point. All right. But yeah, so he said that, a lot of guys they love in different ways, not in a way that, women want us to love. So as an example, he used like, if the house has a leak, in the roof, a man that loves you will go up there and fix that,
Right.
that fucking leak, and that's in turn, that's love, that's romance. And they'll go outside, warm up your car so that you don't have to on a cold ass day. That's romance, that's love, that kind of shit. So that's what I bring. I do that kind of shit and I'm assertive about it. Like I'm like that fucking I guess stereotypical like definition of male, when it comes to that, I guess like in a relationship where it's just like, you fix shit, you have skills, you do that shit. And then in the bedroom, you fuck them until they pass out. That's
lay the pipe.
So, you got a job. Everything's a duty. That's how I look at things. So that's what I bring to the table in summation.
What about you also, I can speak for this, teach. You definitely teach.
Oh, I appreciate that.
So
I try not to. So, but anyone else can go now.
But I'm just gonna say this though. I think that even just with the relationship, man, your life, a person's life, you're learning all your life. So you got to add on top of that, being in a relationship with somebody, you trying to learn each other while also learning your life.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
you know what
for
I'm
sure.
saying? So, take in consideration when you're dealing with somebody, man, and you gotta be patient, work around and work the kinks and whatnot.
Yeah,
with one another, and just be patient with yourself.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm
gonna piggyback off of that real quick. Also, I'm sorry, but it's like, definitely fucking take your time. You know what I mean? Like, don't rush. Like, I see people getting married after fucking like a month of fucking being together, and they're just like, everything's great. Like, yeah. And it's like Lauren was saying, man, like, honeymoon phase. Like,
honeymoon phase. Heavy.
Get off of that bullshit, man. Anybody listening, don't be a victim. Get off that shit, yo.
For
Like,
real.
Nah, bro. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit. If you are dumb enough to get married, I'm gonna say it like this, man. And niggas gonna hate me. I don't care, bro. None of y'all pay my bills. If you get married under, I'll say, because you do know true love. I just said I fell in love in 6 months when I was 19. Cool. But I'm gonna say this: if you are dating someone and get married under 2 years and then get a divorce, I feel no remorse for you. You deserve what's coming to you. I hope you got the clap in the process. You dumb as
Dang.
hell.
Shit.
You
Lauren
just
is a nice
dumb
guy,
as
ladies and
hell.
gentlemen.
That's just real shit. Niggas out here getting married. Yo, and this is like I'm a very damn, I cut Sean off. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, yeah, bro, run with it. I love it.
So
Go ahead.
one of the main things I bring to a relationship is logic. Logic prevails all. I don't give a fuck. If you are a human being on this earth, I just got to know who I truly was after damn near 28 years of living. How the fuck do you know who a person is after 6 months of dating, you idiot? I feel
Facts.
no remorse for those people, man.
For
Yeah.
I,
real.
I cannot feel bad for them. Niggas is out here jumping, oh, he loves me, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Lil, do you know his credit score is a 422? He's
Yeah.
bipolar. Bipolar, failed to tell you that. And he doesn't even have much time to live because he has AIDS. But fuck
Damn.
Lauren,
that.
stop talking about
Damn.
it.
Yeah.
People are dumb as
No,
shit.
nah. Who said that? You said that? Oh. Damn.
Nah, I'm tight now.
Shit.
I gotta go, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. It's like, nah.
I'm saying some of y'all will get tired of putting your hot dog in and out of the grill every day.
Yo, seriously. Yeah. Yeah, man. You're gonna want more out of life when you get a certain age. I mean,
That's a fact.
oh man.
Word.
It's like, but yo, definitely good look on that credit score, because like that shit is important. You trying to build with somebody, man, and that's something that people need to focus on when they are, dating. If there's any I mean, there's multiple gems you can take away from this episode, but this is definitely gonna be one of them. It's like, yo, take your fucking time with dating. You know what I mean? Take your time. It's not a race. You don't need to hurry up and compete with your friends because they're getting married and you're not. You know what I mean? The thing is, like Lauren pointed out, yo, you're gonna be fucking divorced before you even know it. You know what I mean? Because you didn't take the time out to learn the person, that you're with. You know what I mean? And the thing is, again, I know it's already been said, but you are learning together. You know what I mean? And don't try and change a motherfucker. That's very big. You know what I mean? Like, if you
Word.
don't like who he is, stop dating him.
Plain and simple.
Don't try and be like, oh, I could change that. I don't like that, fucking shirt he wearing with the pocket on it and it's like, oh, I could change that into a fucking, a nice suit, and this motherfucker don't wear suits. He wear dress shirts at best. That's it. Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, polo shirts.
With a pin in it.
I'm sorry, just polo shirts, not dress shirts. But it's like, yeah, man, like, don't try and change. Like, that shit is dumb. You're not gonna get the person that you want. You're not.
Absolutely.
Go
So
find him. Like I told y'all before, I went on this was on Instagram. I went on a rant about marriage because like the way marriage is nowadays, I feel like it's just portrayed for social media. The whole like the meaning of that ring, even though that was propaganda too, and that's a whole nother story, whatever. The ring it's a circle, so it means infinite. Am I right or no?
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good symbolic fucking.
right, the love is infinite. Nowadays, it's more for like a fashion statement. So basically, what I was saying on Instagram is like, and I was talking more towards women than men, but it applies to both. Motherfuckers is so looking forward to getting that stupid ass ring that they're overlooking all the bad shit that their partner has. Like I've been saying, marriage, and my OG told me this, marriage is a business. Like usually,
Facts.
like I said, I don't do that. And don't get me wrong, I'm romantic in my ways, but when I'm asking a girl out, I don't do the whole, oh, we're going out to dinner, I'm getting you all these flowers. Nah, nigga, sit down, we need to talk. That's how I am. Like once the honeymoon phase wears off, like Sean said, I said before, could you have a 3 hour conversation? When my dick don't work no more, can we still talk? Can we still vibe? Like, yo, it's just real shit. Prime
Dick don't
example.
work.
When your dick don't work. When your pussy is dry and can't get wet, and we gotta use lube all the time, ruining the mood.
Cobwebs.
You know what I'm saying? This is just real rap, and people like are forgetting this shit. So we're saying, like I said, marriage is a business. You dating this person. Let's say you're doing it the right way. 3 years in, but you're noticing this nigga's credit score is ass. He's doing nothing to try to go get it. He has a decent job, but he's not really progressing. He's staying complacent. Um, the romance is wearing down. I've communicated to him multiple times that I want this, this, and this. He does it for a week and then he just stops doing that shit. You got to take all this shit into consideration because then when you get married and you're technically quote unquote stuck with that nigga for life, it's like then what? You just gonna get divorced and then you're gonna do it again? Like, yo, people are fucking
Basically.
dumb. I feel like
Yeah.
if we being honest, I feel like the whole like status of marriage is just it's just down the shitter. I'd much rather say I've been with my girl for 10 plus years, never married and never got divorced, than we got married, we tried it out, and now I'm on to my third girlfriend. Any day.
Yep.
Like shit is
Preach.
I agree.
yo, fuck that
Sir,
shit.
drop a bomb to that.
Yeah, I want to clue bomb.
I really feel like it's just to be seen. And it's like that's one thing I'm noticing in life, and this is why I lack empathy too, but that's a whole nother story. Like, yo, people are trying to impress a whole bunch of people that don't give a fuck about them. And shit makes
Yeah.
zero sense.
Plain and simple.
Zero sense.
Bars.
Yo, people are like, I see girls posting pictures, posing purposely to like show off their ring. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I just made $1,000 off of crypto by looking at you post that picture. I don't give a fuck about that ring, bro. Fuck that ring. Nigga,
Yo,
how much does
fuck
that shit
that
cost?
ring.
Like, yo, fuck that ring, man. That shit really gets me tight. That
You know
stupid
what's
ass.
crazy though? That shit doesn't even mean anything because like they'll turn around and they fuck somebody else. They'll fuck the best man right
Yo.
after.
Yep.
Word.
Yo,
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I'll have it be known right now. When I turned 18, what was that club called downtown on Pearl? Fuck, I can't remember the name. Whatever.
It's
It was
called the
18.
club
Hey, you-
downtown
Yeah,
Pearl.
Like
Jillian?
legend.
Jillian's.
Oh no, Envy. Remember that shit?
Damn.
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
I don't know.
Bro, back then. So it was 18 to get in, 21 to drink. I was 18 in that motherfucker, happy as hell. One of the first experiences I've ever had was with a married chick, bro. She was dancing the way that she was dancing on me, and like niggas know how like niggas get down in the club. Like, yo, she was it seemed as if she was single. That ring didn't mean a goddamn thing. Her friends pulled her off of me after the third song, I think. And I saw them like arguing, and the whole time they were just pointing at her hand, putting their hands up, saying, like, what are you doing? Like,
You
that
think-
ring don't mean shit.
You think that's because you a cute nigga?
I mean, handsome, I guess, but even if I was, it shouldn't even matter if you got a man. You shouldn't even be in the club if you have a husband, if the way I think.
Good talk.
My
Good
nigga,
talk.
where she got a hall pass though?
Yeah, where's she got a hall pass, Lauren?
I mean, then that's different. Then we talking about something different. But if you're doing the whole typical monogamous, I love you, you love me, we're only in each other. Yo, people go to clubs either to try to find someone to date or to fuck. So some go
Nah, I
to
agree,
dance,
man.
some go to dance, but the primary reason why you in there is to be seen, and you trying to have niggas hit on you, or you trying to dance and you trying to go home with somebody. That's what the club is for, man.